Big collagen fan though, right?
Big collagen
Still?
fan. Yeah, still, yeah. And partly because, ancestrally we ate nose to tail, we ate the gristle and the skin and the knuckles and all of the stuff, and then we didn't melt. We boiled down the carcasses and got the broth and everything that our grandparents did, and maybe even our parents did over the years. That's sort of gone by the wayside, and so we don't really, in our current configuration of dietary options, we don't have a lot of options to take in collagenous material. Even into the 70s and 80s, people ate Jell-O.
You're right.
And Jell-O is collagenous material. It's collagen peptides, gelatin, right? And so every kid had Jell-O at least once or twice a week, and every mom brought an aspic, a Jell-O mold of something to a bake sale or a cook-off or a PTA.
Hefty serving of Red 40.
Yes.
Red Dye 40.
Yeah. But so kids, even into the 70s and 80s, kids got their, collagenous, their peptides from those different sources. The moms were taking Knox gelatin. They'd take it for skin, hair, and nails to have stronger nails. When there was a backlash against Jell-O in the 90s and in early aughts for the sugar content, the red dye number, whatever, 40, then all of a sudden every aspect of getting some form of collagen peptide was kind of devoid from the diet. And that's where bone broth started to come back in. But I started to notice that a lot of injuries that were to connective tissue, whether they were Achilles tendinoses or tendinitises or torn ACLs, MCLs, sprains, maybe had something to do with this lack of raw material that people were taking in as part of their diet to repair that connective tissue. Collagen represents a large portion of the protein content of the human body, whether it's fascia, again, tendons, ligaments, cartilage, bones, and to a certain extent, skin, hair, and nails. There's a lot of collagen that's used as a raw material in the human body, and if we don't take it in on a routine basis, the body kind of has to go to plan B. Like I had Achilles tendinosis. That was my first real signal that I needed to increase my collagen intake. I had this thickening of these tendons, and I was playing ultimate frisbee, and I was like, I was a sprinter, and I couldn't sprint. For a year and a half, 2 years almost, I was like, my career is over as a top level ultimate player at the age of 58 or whatever it was, and and then I went to an orthopedic surgeon, and he said, well, yeah, you got severe tendinosis in both Achilles. And I said, what do we do? He said, well, we're going to slit you open down the back, and we're going to scrape it down and pack it and cast it for 3 months, and then you're going to do 9 months of rehab, and you'll be back to 80%. I'm like, screw that. So I went back to the drawing board, and I said, oh my God, it's like I haven't been taking in any collagen for the last decade. That's the raw material that my Achilles need to repair themselves. So in the absence of these raw materials, the body always has a plan B. Plan B is scar tissue. Let's make some scar tissue. Let's thicken this up to at least, offset the potential damage for now. People get diabetes because of Plan B. The body goes, it's too much glucose coming in, and we've exhausted all of the opportunities we have to get rid of it through depositing it in the fat cells. So now we're just gonna create, type 2 diabetes.
Well, yeah, because the body starts to store the fat in non-professional sites of fat storage,
Correct.
like your pancreas, your liver.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's where insulin resistance develops.
Right. But it's Plan B because rule number one is do whatever you can to get that glucose, that toxic fuel, out of the bloodstream.
Wow. So how many grams a day of collagen are you taking? Do you take it every day?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm pretty fractal in my taking of any supplement. So I take vitamin D once in a while, large doses, and then I don't for a while. It's a fat-soluble vitamin, so it hangs out. I think pretty much the same with collagen. I'll do 20 grams minimum per dose. Sometimes I'll make a collagen drink with Element, collagen, and creatine just before a workout, because it turns out that when you're doing explosive activities, because much of the connective tissue in the body does not have a good blood supply, the best way to infuse it is to ingest it before a workout, and then while you're squeezing those tendons, the flushing of the space around the collagenous material will take in the peptides.
Whoa.
There was an interesting study done. It's probably 15 years old now, but where they labeled collagen peptides and gave a gelatinous drink to people 15 minutes before they jumped rope, and then they jumped rope for 6 minutes, and then they measured the uptake of the labeled collagen peptides in the Achilles. It's pretty cool.
That's so cool. I'm gonna experiment with taking a pre-workout. I've never thought of that, but that's very interesting.
Hey, if you liked that video, you need to check out this one here, and I'll see you there.